Hello, this is Team Streaming not streaming, but Screaming Activity. I'm back with more Rogue Trader. So finally, this episode we will reach Rykadi Philia, but before we do, there's a thing I have to talk about. In between episodes, I have been looking up some interesting guides on how to better spec my party. For most part, I'm doing the same things as the guys in the guides, but there are some key differences that I wanted to address. So, I have respec a bit. Well, not myself, but Abelard. So, archetypes. It's interesting that it does not show his features. The changes are that, we have taken thick skin instead of epicenter of slaughter for more defense. Abelard will be even more tanky, so not such a big change. Defensive stance for extra armor if Abelard has not attacked this turn, but it does not affect charge, so he will still be able to do some attacks, or slash, for that matter. And instead of strength, I have taken more toughness approach. We will take strength later and then spec into heavy armor as we do so. We're still using Taunting Scream, but here I took Get Into Cover, so it better synergizes with what I have planned for us as an officer, because there is an officer talent. Let's see if I can see them all. Yes, officer talent. That will give us... Where is it? Not here. No, respite. Yeah. Whenever an officer ability grants additional action points. So we will gain extra characteristics. I kind of want to put up this one. And it will synergize very well with what T.S.A has as the ability here. Mastery over time. Whenever the creature in combat gains an extra turn, it doesn't mean just an officer can do that, but any time. The navigator gains stacking willpower bonus +5. So with Abelard's ability and with what we can do as an officer, we can gain... Basically, Cassie will have willpower galore. And there is one change for us as well regarding ability. Instead of here we have taking Seize Initiative, so that at the beginning of combat, officer gains an extra turn, during which they can only use officer archetype abilities. I have spec'd this both for ourselves and for Cassie, because I respect her a bit as well. Same goes for Idira. Now she has more operative traits and less psyker traits. Just because operative traits synergize very well with what I have planned for her as a psyker. She will be much more powerful and much more devastating. In conjunction with our officer abilities as for me and Cassie. So yeah, these are slight changes, but nothing major. I just feel I have to tell you about them. And yes, I went a bit back to collect a bit more profit factor in a choice on what to do with Uruk 5. We will need this profit factor later on, so... But nothing else changed, everything else was done the same as in the previous episode. But this is just a forewarning. Now, let's finally arrive on Rykadi Philia, the prison planet. And scan it. And let's... Cool. Journal. Let's see, what was this notification about? Let's get rid of completed missions. So... Yes, looking for trouble. The prison mentioned in record. May have caught interrogator's attention. Anything else about it? No. Alright. So let's just drop down on the planet. Oh, planetoid. There. Yes. Here we are. Penal mining colony, at least from the looks of it. Let's collect some loot, and ooh, there we have somebody. Pilot Rachel, I guess. And ooh, of course, a trap. Come in, escort. This is Captain Rykadi. Escort, please, come in. Well, I don't think there is any escort left. The pale young woman looks at you with a mixture of hope and disbelief swelling in her eyes. You notice her hands trembling as she clutches her weapons. Who are you? Did you come from the planet? Are you reinforcements? Saint's teeth, I thought you'd never come. Abelard, teach this riffraff the proper way of addressing her sovereign. Abelard glares at the woman with brow furrowing. Officer, the person before you is Beatrice von Valencius, a rogue trader. Although you are, from what I gather, a subject of another dynasty, you would do well to introduce yourself with the proper decorum. At once, sir. The woman stands at attention. Captain Rachel Rykadi, servant of Hose Winterscale and the pilot of this shuttle. It's an honor to be greeting Her Ladyship von Valencius. Alrighty. Tell me about this planetoid. The only settlement on Rykadi Philia is a penal colony. The prisoners work in the mines and the domed quarries. They mine sulfur, Kerum dust, Kerum, because Kerumite. Kerum dust and sand, which is then melted down. A rather nondescript place, or so it was prior to current events. What happened here? There's been a prison riot on the planetoid. Sadly, it's being led by the prison warden himself, the Honorable Anathagon Castiglia. Yeah, Castiglia. I will most likely struggle with some of these pronunciations, so be warned. He has allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch, and declared Rykadi Philia to be independent of authority of the system's lawful governor. I came here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honorable Evayne Winterscale, son of Caligos Winterscale, rogue trader, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity. She details, enunciating every word of her overlord's title. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak to the warden personally so he could put an end to his lawless treason. He and his escort went ahead and... She grows paler. I haven't been able to contact them over the walks for a very long time now. Evayne. Abelard mutters, stroking his beard. One of his distant younger offspring, yes? That's as much as I know about him. Which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. Evayne Winterscale has made several diplomatic visits to Uruk V on behalf of his father, rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. The great regent would not have granted entry to someone dishonorable, which means, whatever happened in this terrible, malodorous place, we must aid this man of noble blood. The warden himself is spearheading the riot. Yes. She bites her lip. No one expected this. Master Castiglia is a nobleman from a respected governor house and a vassal of Hose Winterscale. All of a sudden, he proclaimed that Rykadi Philia was now his personal domain, and the prisoners were his subjects, and that he would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. And I take it they're looking forward to a diet of sand and gravel. What kind of madman would start a revolt on a barren rock? Why would a young Winterscale have felt the need to parley with the dissidents? Oh, misclick. This one, yeah. She sighs quietly. It's a personal matter. Master Castigilia, the seditious warden, is Lord Evayne's childhood friend. When my lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and so he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt. The first Winterscale in my memory who prefers to talk first rather than shoot and slash. She smiles faintly. Young Lord Winterscale is not his father's shadow. If he's determined to save his friend, he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he is alive and well. He's been gone for such a long time, and I really don't like this place. Cassia frowns in confusion. Theobald executed his wife and only son on the mere suspicion of treason against House Orselio. So why did the noble Evayne rush to save someone who had betrayed his house? Do bonds of friendship give one the right to make inexcusable mistakes? I am looking for a man named Hendrix von Calox. He is here, perhaps? Unless it's one of the prisoners or guards, then it seems unlikely. There are no shuttles in working order other than yours and mine. There is nothing else anyone could have used to reach this place. Oh, fair enough. Is there anything else I should be apprised of before I set out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your ladyship. Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so that the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. I have no more questions. You may excuse yourself, pilot. The woman freezes for a moment before asking hesitantly. Your ladyship, if I may have a minute of your time, I wouldn't ever have dared to trouble you with personal matter, but this situation... In any case, have you been to the capital of Rykadi Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of T.S.A. I have not yet been to Rykadi Minoris and know nothing of this officer's fate. That's a shame. May the Emperor keep that fool from harm. Thank you for your time, your ladyship. She bows. You can tell by the desperation in her eyes that she is exhausted, frightened, and wishes to be off this planetoid as soon as possible. Now, let's head on and demolish things. It's good that... yeah, I want my log open. It's good that Argenta is our best demolition girl. She will continue to be our best demolition girl. Now...
over there!
Cass, tell me, what do you see when you look at me?
Usually a colorful pandemonium, but now your colors have faded. Are you afraid of me, Idira? Or of what I might see in you?
Okay, so we are heading deeper into the prison, and yes, quite a few mines. But
Never doubt me.
it's a bit weird because shouldn't mines be more outside than here in the prison cells already?
Through my service.
There, let's check out this prison. The remains of a meal, one far too lavish for even a high world, let alone a prison colony. Interesting, so better food than there should be. A long string of names extends beneath the heading, Top Quarry Workers of the Cycle. Okay, maybe some kind of reward system.
Onward.
For the prisoners, and there we have some goods. Ooh, a journal. Prison Diary of one Ati Shan. Part 1. Rock shit, why me? Why? I missed my tithe payment 12 years ago. 12 years. The inspector's writ got lost somewhere in the bowels of the planetary administratum and was lying there this whole time, but they made sure to remember to tack on the fines every month. By the time they found the blasted paper and finally informed me, the total sum was so obscene it would take 3 generations of my descendants if I had any to pay it off. My fate was sealed. Trial, sentence, prison. All because of some daft rotter who shoved my paper in the wrong box. To be fair, I think I got off pretty easy. My bed in the barracks is about as hard as the slab of rockcrete I've got at home. Working the quarry isn't much tougher than my old job, and the rules? Why take me. The old sod that governs Rykadi Minoris is a bloody sadist by comparison. It's a strange old place. I haven't been beaten once yet. The guards bark orders all the time, but they never hit us. They also got this kind of inner circle of special chosen prisoners. The Optimatum, they call it. If you can get in, the Emperor as my witness, you get an actual day off. They let you out of your cell and into the yard by the big barracks. And I tell you what, they let you rest there and feed you better than whatever swill they're giving us in the canteen. They told me it is to improve our motivation and all that, to foster a stronger desire to reform and become worthy servants of the Imperium once more, but I know it for what it is. Just a club for the Warden's favorites. The same story as everywhere else, suck up to the people in power and get some swanky perks. They say the whole thing was the Warden's idea. Funny man, our Warden. He looks more noble than nobility itself. Tall, groomed, teeth even, eyes burning, boots so polished you can see yourself when you move to lick 'em. But the nutter doesn't much want people licking his boots. He walks around looking like he's deep in thought, all right, with only a couple of guards at his side, and he sometimes, if you can believe it, talks to prisoners. What's your name, he asks them all quite like. Why were you condemned? Do you feel remorse? He never even yells at no one, never orders to have them flogged. Instead, he doles rewards out to the special ones, keeps telling us things like how we should strive to make society believe in us again. Whatever you say, Master Warden. Starting tomorrow, I'll be trying to join these Optimates of yours. I'm stuck in here till the day I die, and that means no return to society for me, but with the Emperor's help, I might just join the ranks of your elite, of the local elite. Well, interesting, so not exactly a standard Imperial prison, as one would expect. Oh yeah, actually, we need to swap our things here a bit, and we can give Cassie persuasion gloves. Not that she really needs them. We will take them back soon enough. But she can use them, and we should give her the Helm of Devotion to save her from unnecessary trauma, as she will be our attack navigator. We are giving her the House of Celio staff with castigation effect. So enemies targeted by Navigator's powers gain a -5 penalty to all their characteristics until the end of Navigator's turn. This penalty stacks and is renewed every time the same enemy becomes a target of the Navigator's powers, so that's pretty neat. But as a secondary, I don't think she will buff at any point, so I really don't want to... Oh no, I only have the castigating ones. Never mind then. So, Cargo Manager, I should throw this one out. We won't need it. And actually, Deadshot Stub Revolver should go to... Yes, that should go to Abelard. And then we can throw out Stub Revolver. Because we won't need it. And we won't need this armored body glove. We have better body gloves in the near future. Hopefully. Now. So, that was that. Now, what else is here? So, the typical scrap of prison food and venerable Optimates, the best among us. The list is faded, but the names are barely legible. Okay. And there we... What do we have here? No.
Here we go again. Give me strength.
Yes, Cassie's abilities. Good. We will do some bad things to them. They go quite quickly, but because Cassia is an officer, she can grant officer abilities to other people. For example, Abelard. And Abelard can just rush into opposition right here. Yep. Nah, I should have done it differently. I should have... No, well, I made a mistake here. I should have activated Abelard's ability before I sent him off rushing for our opposition. And why can't I use you? Because it was already used? Maybe. So let's give a voice of command to Idira. She's gonna need it. And then, can we take a single shot here? Yes, we can. Or that's more fittable. There we go. So we shoot a prisoner and remain there. Now, Grenadier got force grenade, and Idira dodged it, right? Yes, she did. Good. Abelard.
Abelard?
How the heck did you fall there? Okay, now it's our full turn. So we can move closer to Abelard. Then... do I want to give that to Abelard? No, I want to move Argenta up. Up to here. So she has an opening. That's that. Then... I could bring it down to Abelard, but I kind of want to give it to Idira. There. Now she can... Wait. Character. Features, please and thank you. Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah. No, that's just fine. Thought about a different thing here. We can give extra exploits. And then... prescience for ourselves. She will need that. Prescience gives quite great bonuses to intelligence, perception, fellowship, and willpower until the end of combat, which is rather good for any psyker or officer, for that matter. Now, and then we can give voice of command to Abelard, and that's our turn. Yeah, can't kick her away. Ooh, as for you, yeah, they all are marked. I would need to give extra dodge to Argenta. I will continue to mark my prisoners. And now it's time to end the prisoner with the psychic scream. There we go. Nimble one. Yes, try to escape Abelard. More kicks, but that's just fine. Yes, so we need to retreat a bit. Then we trigger run and gun, and can we do that without hitting Abelard? Not really, but we need to take this guy out. Oh, come on. Really? No, fine. Let's do a single shot. There. And then activate Furious Resettle. Because that will move our momentum up. Aha, there we have it, the walking nightmare. Let's see if we can catch quite a few of them in the ability. So, can we? Yeah, 3 of them. Good. Let's drop their willpower. They got malices to that. Now, I think it's time to give Abelard his extra turn. So that's a cleave. Now, let me check again the feature I have for him here. Features, talents, it was not daring breach, defensive stance, yeah. Charge and slash. That's not slash, that's cleave. That's a strike. Okay, so we can't use those. Can we run to one of the opponents here? No. Then we will just endure. And because they have lost their willpower, I can't reach them. I will make Abelard their primary target. And now extra movement. There, it's time to improve the willpower. I don't want to move me. I want to move Argenta here. Yes. And I should move Cassia back a bit. And now we would see Cassie's willpower already 130 because of Mastery of Time. It currently gives her 65 extra willpower. I bet they will nerf this at some point, but currently it's just too good. Okay, so we can now give extra turns. Oh, I could go with extra turn for Argenta, because she would be able to clear all of these opponents. And I rather like that Abelard is here, taking all the damage, because this guy is already taken by Abelard's power. And he is the primary target. Meanwhile, Argenta took out that guy, but yeah, this is Argenta as effective as she can be, taking out multiple opponents in a single turn. And we still can shoot once more. Let's go for the nimble prisoner. He dodged. Oh well, and then we can move up a bit, dash into cover. And I still have, I have quite a bit of abilities, so we will lidless stare this powerful. And then give Voice of Command to Argenta for a bit of a healing, sort of, and it gives bonuses to all her characteristics, but it's mostly for healing. Now we can move up here with Abelard and charge. I will do my duty. He dodged. And endure plus Daunting Scream. There we go. Again, Abelard is... Did he succeed? Ah, he succeeded. Ooh. Whoa. Wait, only 5? And he rolled... Oh no, he had to go above 30%. He rolled a 5. It's willpower 30% check, so he had to roll 30 or below. He rolled a 5, so he succeeded. Yeah. Oh well. But Cassia's abilities here comes handy, because she can lower opponent's willpower by using her... What was it? Eye of Terror? Nightmares? Oh, actually, we might want to... Yeah, we can give her extra turn. Voice of Command. Bring it down. And she can cast Walking Nightmare. Wait, by how much does it lower? Ooh, 42 penalty to willpower. And it scales with willpower, and due to the high willpower we currently have, our willpower bonus for Cassie at this point is 16 bonus. So yeah. Haha, it's monstrous. And let's just drop this guy's willpower into a shitter. Oh, it did toughness damage as well, right? Yeah, it took down toughness as well. Great. Do we want to give somebody voice of command? Do we have a second weapon? We can just take one shot.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Not that she needs to, but she can. Other than that, we would need to move Argenta up. We can't move Nadira up because she's too far behind. But we can move Argenta. Now, regarding Adira, she doesn't even need to move up. She can just deal with the Grenadier from here, analyze him. So it's 4 stacks. So this will give him less parry, but we don't really care about that. We can just do a Psychic Scream, which does 25 damage. And can we buff any of our allies here? Do we see her from there? Interesting. Can we? Yeah, we can't because we don't see them. Then no point in doing that. And Abelard, yeah. Where the heck did he run off to? Well, never mind. We will then use Argenta to take out the Grenadier.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
There we go. I won't use her high momentum ability. But I will move T.S.A here. His willpower is already lowered. Willpower resistance test, he won't survive that one. Yep, and there it is. Lidless Stare for the win. Whew, that was some fight. Let's collect our loot. Armor chainmail. It might be good for Abelard. We this might be good secondary weapon for now for Argenta. Let's pick it up. Now, there is some loot here as well. In the cells. Yeah, we don't need the knife, but we will take gas cloud grenades. I think it's a good time finally to start equipping some grenades, but let me loot the prisoners beforehand. They don't have that much to loot. Another stub revolver that goes there, and force grenade. Yep, we will hold on to that. There's an inspection poster. Let's save up before we have high enough perception.
As it should be.
Yep. So the poster can be taken off, and there is some loot. Improved auto pistol. Increased our penetration. We might give this to Cassia for now, and prison shank. It has better damage than serrated knife, but nothing else. But then serrated knife does have extra parry and bleed infliction. So yeah, nope. I want to hold on to the improved auto pistol. What's here? These cages are placed in plain view of the beds. Inside are traces of blood and excrements. Ain't that nice? Inventory. Nope. Yeah. Cassia. Yes, this is better auto pistol. We can give her that, and for Argenta, we can give her serrated knife for now as a secondary, if she needs to be in close combat at some point. You can't use Medicaid packs just yet. As for Abelard, let's just look at armor. So this will improve his armor and won't really do anything to his dodge characteristics. So yes, we are going to use chainmail. For him, so here we have armored body glove, and we are using carapace chest piece. We can put that weapon down. Now, regarding some grenades, Extra armor penetration. We will hold on to the Kraken grenade. And it can push opponents away. Then for Abelard, we can give him the gas grenade and the force grenade. As for Argenta, force grenade and gas grenade as well. They will come in useful against multiple opponents. Now, let's see about the goods here. Another piece of the journal of Atishan. So, let's see. I swear the Emperor hasn't forsaken me. Guess who just came down the shuttle gangway among the fresh batch of prisoners? Clinson throne-damned Philia, former administratum clerk. No, the clerk. The very same scum who lost the writ about the missing payment. He's the reason I'm in this hole. Don't know what they threw me for, but I've never felt better in my life. He's not just behind the same bars as me, he's fresh meat. And I'm Venerable Optimate, respected by everyone in the colony. The warden just came up with a new improvement. From now on, anyone who underperforms, misbehaves, or causes trouble any other way is to be punished by the community. Specifically, by the local best and brightest, yours truly, the Optimates. The last two sods who failed to meet quota were stripped naked, whipped, and thrown into cages in the big barracks. That's where they have to eat, sleep, and shit now with everyone watching. I thought to myself then, that isn't right. They've taken these punishments too far. But now... Just you wait, you piece of grok shit. I'll get you for something. Those cages are calling your name. Okay, a bit of a vengeance. Alright. Now, what do we have here? Beds, rusted plastic. Well, basically, prisoner beds. Nothing interesting, and that's a shitter.
If I could see the golden light of the Astronomicon as you see it, Cassia, I would probably go still forever, unable to take my eyes off the radiance of the Emperor for an instant.
I think you would manage. You have different hues of light within you. Gold, silver, and crimson. One of them would call you back to this world.
I like that some of the companion dialogue
Such is the Emperor's will.
is voiced, but most of it isn't. Let's see about some lore warp checks. What's this? Symbol before you bears a familiar scent, that of the dark forces of chaos. And chopped off slabs of flesh have been thoroughly washed. So they're feeding somebody flesh. Okay, the third part of Atishan's journal. I'm scared. I should have known that all the charity from the warden was going to bring nothing but trouble. No noble, no matter how balmy, would pull anything of the sort, but that man. It started with the little things. The warden would come by to talk, as he did, except he used to ask us questions before, and now he was mostly gushing sermons, some gibberish about the path of purgation, the sanctity of sacrifice, seeing with blinded eyes. I listened and nodded. Yes, Master Warden, of course, Master Warden. He could say whatever rubbish he wanted as long as the tasty Optimate meals kept coming. I thought everyone else was doing the same, nodding just to please the big man. I was wrong. After the people in the barracks started yapping on about purgation and blindness too. Apparently, us Optimates were no longer just the warden's favorites. We were, Emperor forgive me, prophets of some kind, who were meant to save the rest of this sorry lot. Or awaken them. Or make them see some rubbish along those lines. People were now supposed to make sacrifices to Optimates. Yesterday, the sap who slept in bed under me in my first year here cut off his own damn ear and crawled on his knees towards me. He handed me the ear and begged me not to forsaken him when the fateful hour came. What in the throne am I supposed to do with an ear? Why is everyone, every single one, staring at me all the time? The warden said the time was nigh. The fate had truly great things in store for the Optimates. I went to look how my good friend Cleansen was doing. He hadn't spoken for 3 months, ever since I had all his top teeth ripped out. He spoke today. He looked straight at me and said, "Dead man." I kept hitting him until it hurt me. Now my fists and feet are all bruised. Half the barracks stood there and watched and prayed. I'm scared. Well, definitely, things took a chaotic turn. Prison guard's key. What's that? Severed human body parts. Of course there were some. What's this here? Judging by the number of horrid morsels, dozens of victims were slain here. I guess they were feeding Optimates prisoners? And yep, that's the prison guard key. Can we get in here? Tech use 83%. Well, let's see if we can pass that. Yep. Great.
A nice little stroll.
My brethren, the dawn is night. The Optimates will guide us into the new existence. Yes, yes, dear brethren. We have a taste of my steel. Oh, how I've longed for this day, my dear brethren. It seems we have some allies among the prisoners. But some of them didn't go balmy. Bang the throne. Normal looking faces. We thought we were going to die here with all these nutters. The old man with the gap-toothed smile drops his weapon on and holds out his hands in placating gesture. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. Well, this is a welcome change. Talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain, the look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal. We're honest. Quiet inmates. We didn't want to riot. But sitting it out wasn't really an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join in the festivities. So we had to, play along. But that's all it was. Play. We never meant no offense to Governor Medina, nor the lawful authority of Hose Winterscale. Give us a chance, eh? We just want to wait until everything blows over and we can go back to our cells and quietly do the rest of our time. A repentant, honest heretic. How novel. Judging by Abelard's tone, the Seneschal is utterly unimpressed, but the old man's ingratiating monologue. The lowborn's speech is mottled with colors that conceal his true, darker hues. The old man has a long history of lies, and he's using his wiles on us as well, but I see no foul corruption or ill intent in his words. So, tell me more about the warden and the riot. Bah! Why soil your tongue talking about the heretic? But if you insist, here's how it is. The warden of this here prison, the Honorable Master Castiglia, Castiglia, I have to remember this pronunciation, was a crackpot from the start. The previous warden ran things the proper way. Prayer, 1 meal a day, work, a punch in the chompers from the guard, work again. But the new one, do you know what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners. By the 9 devils, that's 3 meals a day. The man was obviously stark raving mad. Things only went downhill from there. The guards quitted with the teeth punching. The warden forbade them. Instead, the overseer started counting which prisoners were digging up more things in a quarry or swinging their pickaxes harder or whatnot. And then, would you believe it, they put together a list of best workers. And if someone on the list also showed good behavior, that's when they get promoted to an optimate, the upper crust among us jailbirds. Well, that's how it was at first. Then the warden decided it's the optimates, not the guards, who should be in charge of the punishments. And then it wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work, it was the optimates. Well, let me tell you, that's when these goody two-shoes really started to shine. The guards aren't even in the same league as our dear fellows, the optimates. In the old days we had maybe 5 or 10 stiffs kicking in a week, and now we were lucky if it was only 50. And that wasn't even the end of it. Warden Castiglia moved out of his chambers to live right in the quarry, under the dome. And I think something in his new home really scrambled his brain. He began spouting the wildest things like the optimates are saints who will behold the truth, and he started taking them to the quarry. Not all of them returned. The ones who did, you wouldn't recognize them, more beasts than men. They were butchering people left and right, even guards and overseers. The warden himself had armed them, and that's the whole sub-story. But I knew it from the moment he let us have dinners. Oh, it won't end well. Idiota nods knowingly. The old Codger's right. Whenever nobles start giving handouts to commoners, something always goes wrong. She notices your look and catches herself. I mean, that with all due respect, your ladyship, no offense intended. If I spare you, what do I gain from it? Now, how can lowly jailbird hope to thank ye noble self? I have an inkling. You see us here, we're, how should I put this? Different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Rykadi Minoris, debtors, gutter snipes. They're new and serious. Now we, your nobleness, are cut from different cloth altogether. We're fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you where on Footfall Station? You know Footfall, the only shipyard and the best market in all the Coronis expanse? Yes, so where on Football you can find some very serious business-minded people, and how you can get yourself a very special discount from them on some very special goods. What kind of very serious people? The most serious kind, your nobleness. Have you ever heard about the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in the Expanse. There is no leader, of course, but there are some terribly serious captains who decided that cutting each other's throats over loot was, what do you call it, counterproductive, and cutting throats together, now that's anti-counterproductive. And well, their joint efforts leave them with an excess of spoils, so they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who handles such kinds of dealings on behalf of those very serious people. Very well, I shall spare you. Oh, that's so great to hear, your nobleness. Just great. Now, there's a true aristocrat. Not that warden creep. Now then, your nobleness, where was I? If you're ever on Footfall Station, there's this district there, a shadow quarters. It's called that because it's located behind the statue of our holiest emperor. I know folk who called it something else. Also, and on account of it being behind the statue. Don't repeat their mistakes, I tell you. Reverend Hieronymus wasted no time finding and burning them all. Forgive an old man for getting distracted. So, Footfall. The shadow quarters. There's a bar there, built into the remains of an old ship. And in that bar, in the back room, a certain Rizza does her business. Tell her grandpa Bakwal. Yeah. Says hello. You'll be her favorite client in the blink of an eye. There we are. Well, your nobleness, we'll be going now if you don't mind. And as previously mentioned, we are going for Iconoclast, so I shall not leave you here to die at the hands of the Warden's henchmen. Go tell my pilot that it is the Lord Captain's order that you be sent to my ship. You will join my ship's crew. You have my personal pardon as a rogue traitor. Thanks. We most grateful, your nobleness. The old man glances at you somewhat skeptically, but then smiles and leaves. There. We got some extra crew, but it's not enough. We need, what, around 2,000 extra crewmates? And these are just bad auto pistols, so we can give them away. And we should start sorting things by type.
I dare not provoke the whispers.
No. Anything else interesting here? No, but demolition 100%.
Favors me today.
And a level up.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
What do we have here? A Psyker Staff. I really don't want to give a Consign. It gives... So... Consign ability itself gives... I hate it that they don't show here what exactly Consign is. Because it can be whatever, it's not lightning. And chain lightning is better. So let's collect things from here, and then from here, what's this? Saturated cape. Okay, so this one will be given to Abelard. So burning, poison, and bleeding removal in this and in that order when he uses Endure. So he can now throw his grenade and straight up use the saturated cape. And use Endure and still run into, well, the gas cloud. But it's toxic damage, it's not poison. Oh, we'll see. Now, inventory. Let's give Abelard his class cape. And then we can give this one to Cassia, though I doubt that she will ever be in 2-cell radius of an opponent. So yeah, this is just a safety measure of a sort. Then we can level up. So for us, now I will have to see. So that's ballistic skill bonus. Not really. I don't really want one of those. Personal oversight with an action. The ally results increased by +1. Yeah, no. With an action, an ability or an attack, yeah. Physical encouragement. Well, this could be interesting, but this direct damage will improve with the willpower. They will suffer direct damage. They will, yeah. It could be useful, but it does direct damage to us. Lasting impression is rather good because voice of command remains until the end of combat on the character, so we can give them commands even when they are far away for everybody. So that is a good one. Makes an attack. We don't make that many attacks. Yeah, I think we will go for now with the lasting impression. And then we continue to go with persuasion. We are this party's persuasion monkey, so to speak. Now, regarding Abelard, I need to open an Excel sheet here. There. So, for Abelard on this level, level 8, we need to improve, carouse, because athletics are done for now, and go for clenched teeth. Let's see. Yeah, so warrior gains extra deflection against the first attack made by every enemy this combat. So, first attack that's made against him in combat gains him extra 6 deflection, so he's even harder to hit. And knowing how hard hitting Idira will be later, and Argenta, I doubt that we will ever go past the first turn that often. Now, regarding Idira. Yes, so Idira at this level will gain some more operative talents. Fresh target. Yeah, whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is at full wounds, the attack deals 10 plus perception bonus, currently 4, so 14% more damage to the enemy. Yep, and then as, well, common talent, we will pick up Psychic Barrage. So whenever the Psyker uses damaging psychic powers on target that are 6 cells or further from Psyker, the target suffers an additional +3 damage. Now, most of her psychic attack abilities, we will try to do that from far away, so she will be sort of a psychic sniper for us. So this is rather good, and the damage scales with ballistic skill. We will improve her ballistic skill, and it will be improved by voice of command as well. So, yep. That will be good. Now, that's her. As for Argenta, we need to take rapid reload. No two ways to think about it, because she needs reload quite often, at the start at least. And it's good that it does not cost that much. And we continue with the demolition. As for Cassia, we forget all about the officer talents. We focus completely on these navigator talents. Allies that are targeted. No, she does not target allies. But yeah, a natural allure. There was some changes, so we again need to pick up an unnatural allure just for the fellowship bonuses. And then she will go with Law Warp. There. That is that.
Quiet. They're trying to tell me something.
Yeah. Here we are. Let us build the bridge so we can get away and open the door.
I go where the whispers lead.
And here we have some... Yep. A corpse in a uniform decorated with Winterscale coat of arms. The dead guard did not even have time to draw a weapon. The attack must have come as a surprise. Yes. So, let's head down to the pit, and with that... Yeah. With that, we're done for today. We have been here for almost an hour. This is a good place to cut it for now. And I'll see you next time with more Rogue Trader. Bye.